So just sit right back and relax. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. D.A. will join us tonight on the sideline. D.A., it's all yours.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the big man, Domantas Sabonis, is following in his father's Hall of Fame footsteps. We all remember what Arvydas Sabonis looked like when he was healthy, both in Russia and when he came over to the NBA. Domas watched his dad play with the Blazers and dreamed of becoming an NBA player in his own right. Well, he's arrived. Last season, Domantas became a first-time All-Star, and he's certainly doing his dad proud. Kevin?
He sure is. Thanks, David. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Brogdon and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. Sabonis and Turner up front, and it's Warren in at the small forward position. And for the Bulls, Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White and Levine team up in the backcourt, and it's Carter in at the center filling out the middle. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the court.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Now here's Levine. There's the pass to Porter. Now here's White. For three, Levine. And Domantas Sabonis pulls it down. Brogdon outside. He doesn't hit that one. Nice D from Porter. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Bulls. White, wide open. He fires. Markkanen, good. Markkanen's got the first points up on the board here for Chicago.
Yeah, Markkanen doing a nice job crashing the glass there at 7 feet tall. This guy making good use of his size on that possession.
Now here's Oladipo. The shot by Brogdon wide open. Again, Brogdon missing. Porter looking it over. Levine against Brogdon. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, battling inside, I like Levine's aggressive approach. Tough to match without fouling.
Chicago shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Free throw good, Levine. And so Levine nails both of them.
You know, you look at Levine's game, and we all know he can score the ball, but he rebounds it well and passes better than average. This guy is really an outstanding all-around player.
And it's slammed in by Turner.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up. The thing that really separates White is the quickness, whether it's with the ball in his hands or running off screens. He's very difficult to stay connected to defensively. And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
There's the dish to Porter. Brogdon against Markkanen. Levine double team. Shot clock at 5. White, good. And last year, Greg, we saw White get more comfortable in the offense as the season went on.
You know, more scorer than a playmaker at this point. Drafted 7th overall because he has the potential to do both. If he can add strength and cut back on the turnovers, he's going to be a very good player for a long time.
Now here's White. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. Levine against Oladipo. And it's sent back by Turner.
There's the defensive presence they want from Turner, hustling and using his mobility to send it back.
And Oladipo kicks to Warren. Pass to Brogdon. Uncovered. Indiana again missing.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Here's Porter. Got a hand on it.
Yeah, Warren's not having any of that. Get it out of here. Fierce competitor on defense.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
And looking back at the trade for Warren, I thought it was a surprise to see him get dealt for so little. He's always been a terrific player.
And you know what, Greg? I'm with you there because I was surprised as well. I'm not sure why the Suns made the decision to trade Warren. But I tell you what, as a former Pacer and a follower of the team, I'm happy that the Pacers have him because this guy's an efficient double-digit scorer. He plays unselfish basketball, and he actually made nice strides defensively last season. So the future is bright. I love his attitude and everything about his skill set.
And they're moving it up. Here's Williams. Finished off the break.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Now, here's McConnell. Pass to McDermott. They need this, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
An accurate shooter off the pass, McDermott feels comfortable firing as soon as he catches it.
Now, here's Satoransky. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
A tall, strong combo guard who can shoot it as well as pass it. Satoransky played around 30 minutes a game for the Bulls last season as he found a way to impress the team every chance they gave him.
Free throw good, Satoransky. Good on both.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
And here's McConnell. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Here's Hutchison. He's covered by McConnell. Young looking around. Here's Temple. He can't get that one. Some solid defense there from Lamb. Passes it to McConnell. Over to the left wing. With 4 seconds on the clock, and it's McDermott laying it in. McDermott's got his second basket.
McDermott does a solid job scoring close to the basket at 6'8". His size allows him to capitalize from there.
And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Bulls. They lead by 8 from the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And recently we chatted with Zach Levine about the team, and he pointed out what he sees as an advantage.
You know, we should have energy and we should be outplaying the other team, like I said, just competitive-wise. We don't have all the miles other teams have. We should have energy, you know, young, hungry dudes that are ready to compete and show what they have in this league. And we shouldn't be tired out there. We should be the most conditioned team, and we should be running people up and down.
Greg trying to turn their youthful exuberance into a weapon.
I like that he's focused on increasing their level of activity because it's something within their control.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Indiana, we've got Jeremy Lamb, and it's Holiday in at the 3 spot. Here's Holiday. Thaddeus Young picking up that last basket. McDermott with it. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Bulls have a new front office, branching out from the Nuggets brain trust with new team president. Given Denver's success identifying and developing young talent with a win percentage that's climbed year after year, there is at least some optimism that the Bulls will be able to build a similar and sustainable winning program. Guys?
Wouldn't that be a story? Thank you, David. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Greg, good to see Jeremy Lamb back on the floor after his injury. He can still be a productive wing, you think, off the bench for this team.
No doubt about it. More of a finisher for this team. Lamb shouldn't have any lingering effects coming off that ACL. His game's diverse enough to get shots anywhere in the half court, and he'll continue to be a productive player for the foreseeable future.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Levine against Oladipo. And the shot goes in. And the Bulls lead by 7.
Boy, a terrific find. Levine plays mostly the 2, but he came into the league as a point guard.
Rogged in the pass to Sabonis. Oladipo outside. And Warren the bucket on the assist by Oladipo. Warren's got his first points of the game.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now. You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
Oladipo with the block.
You know, when Oladipo is throwing shots away, it gets everybody going, and his coaches and teammates alike love it.
Turner. Count the basket. Now it's just a 3-point Chicago lead.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You've got to work harder on the glass.
Now here is Carter. Levine, good. Levine's got 4 this quarter.
You know what you get there? Levine's strong enough now to take on contact, able to complete the play.
Down low, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The Bulls leading by 3. And White kicks to Levine. Back to White. There's 45 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Just 5 on the clock. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And what body control. Even when White gets bodied up, he sticks with his shot.
Levine against Oladipo.
And still, he's scoreless. But they could use just a little bit of help from him.
Levine can't hit. Pacers trail by 5. Now Oladipo. No points in the game yet for him. Fires it up. And he knocks down the jumper.
Well, I tell you what, when he's operating in the pick and roll, Oladipo really hard to defend. He's outstanding at putting pressure on the defense.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bulls lead by 3. And a jet.
Thanks, Kevin. Zach, a hard-fought first half. What changes have to be made to get a little separation?
they're making tough shots. We're trying to stick to our concept, so we got to come back, make plays, make shots, and, just stay solid.
Always a challenge for a young team. Thanks for your time, Zach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Chicago came ready to play. And you look at Zach Levine, dynamic athlete, highly skilled. Shaq, what does he need to work on to be mentioned with the top guards in the game?
I would say scoring, consistency, and then making more plays for others, making other plays great.
Yeah, I think so. More stops defensively would be probably, but leading his team to more wins, whatever that takes, that's what he has to do.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Zach Levine, he's really been playing well.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. And it's Carter in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And how about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
Both free throws good from Warren. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. Markkanen down low. Defended by Sabonis.
Can you believe it? I mean, not many guards can sail that high above the rim, and Levine makes it look easy.
Brogdon against Levine. And Oladipo, here we go. White with the defensive effort. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. They've led by as much as 10. And last season for Markkanen didn't really go as planned. Greg, we know he suffered some injuries and had a hard time establishing his role.
Yeah, both the scoring and rebounding were down. And this happens sometimes with a new coach and a new system. But one thing's for sure, the talent is there. Markkanen is still very young and has a tremendous upside.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, good to hear from you. Now, Zach Levine has become a star, but he knows there's still work to be done. He said, I'm stepping into a leadership role, asking more of myself and giving more each year. You've got to look at your faults. I have to continue to improve my defense. I want to help us make the playoffs. My next step as a player is winning. Guys, back to you.
Great attitude. David, thank you. Bitadze, the pass to McDermott for the lead, and he lays it up and in. McDermott's got the lead up to 2 now for Indiana.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
It's tipped, and he's able to get it back. And the shot goes in.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Back to Holiday. That shot off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. to the right side. Here's Valentine. Lays it up off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 2.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And Lamb gets to Holiday. Now the pass to be Johnson.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
Pacers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And he knocks down the first one. Chicago making a switch here. Hutchison's checked in. Then for the Pacers, Sabonis comes in for Doug McDermott. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Aaron Holiday. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. The 3 from Valentine. Sinks the triple. Valentine's got 5 points so far.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Pass to Lamb. Indiana moving it around. McConnell passes to Sabonis. Count that one. Sabonis has got his first basket.
Excellent job by Sabonis after setting the screen. Very mobile in these pick and rolls.
For Chicago, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. To the inside, here's Young. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He has 6.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Has to be Johnson. Kicks it to Lamb. It's good. Lamb's got his second bucket.
You know, using his athleticism well on these drives inside, Lamb is dependable at finding routes to the bucket.
46 seconds left in the third. Passes it to Satoransky. Shot from the wing, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And the Bulls lead by 4. Here's McConnell. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And there's the pass to Sabonis. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Boy, that's a testament to the strength of Sabonis. Fantastic at fighting through whatever the defense throws at.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
Now here's Levine. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Slick move that time by Levine. Does a nice job selling the foul, and he's an excellent free throw shooter.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
How about up over the 80% mark from the line last year? So he's happy and also consistent there with those numbers.
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
5 seconds left in the third. From deep three-point range, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's Chicago up by 3. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Oladipo is the 2 with Warren playing small forward. Sabonis and Turner up front. And it's Brogdon in at the point guard position. And here is Brogdon. Pass to Oladipo. Outside Warren. Shot clock at 6. The 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Outside White. Dishes it to Levine. Carter looking around. Turner with the steal. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Outside Porter. In the corner, it's Levine. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Pacers trail by 5. Brogdon with it. White with the defensive effort.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Carter, that's good.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
Outside, Sabonis. Back to Brogdon. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Warren. Here's Sabonis. And it's Chicago with the rebound. White's got his 4th rebound in this one. And it's Levine that time on the assist by White. And it's a 9-point Chicago lead.
And this is a guy who really flies up the court. Tough to shadow Levine in transition.
And the Pacers call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, the head coach of the Pacers talked to his team during the timeout. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now. And we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Oladipo against Levine. Levine double team. He kicks to Markkanen. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Pacers trail by 6. Count the basket and the foul. It's on Zach Levine.
And you know, Oladipo back in 2013 was the number 2 overall pick in the draft and is showing a lot of promise. He's really taking over the game in key stretches here.
The Bulls making a switch here. Williams is checked in.
And you just knew he wasn't going to miss that one, not with so much riding on.
To the paint is Levine, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Chicago.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Levine against Oladipo. From downtown. No good there. And the Bulls going the other way now. Levine, good. Levine's got 10 points here in the second half.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Oladipo. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Excellent concentration from Oladipo. Even when you get physical with him, he figures out a way to convert.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're up by 5. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Zach Levine.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. And that speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. White finds Levine. And then Levine with the jam.
Well, we know Levine has the hops. That time showing off the creativity.
And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for Indiana. 7-point differential. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Oladipo against Levine. The kick out to Williams. 6 to shoot. Takes the 3. The rebound by Turner. The Pacers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Ogden the pass to Turner. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Oladipo against Levine. And Oladipo, here we go. Excellent D there from Markkanen. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And here are the Bulls now, and so they choose to intentionally foul. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
You know, mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion. Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're trailing by 7. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the game. Here's Turner. Good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Proving he has the clutch DNA. Love seeing Turner up his game during these big possessions.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They lead by 5. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that's an intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game. Maybe at this point, not much of a chance for a comeback.
Yeah, you got a better chance of walking through a lion's den with pork chop underwear on.
Outside, White. So it's Chicago winning this one.